Fans, this is Wendell.
This is Josh.
We are PB Sports. And today we are jumping right into week 2 of the NFL. Week 1 is in the books. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it.
Sure, we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna get into some week 1 games, just a quick summary of a few. We'll touch on those more a little bit also as we predict our week 2 games. Just got a lot to cover, got a lot to talk about, and we want to fit this into an hour, so let's get to it. First up, let's talk about Colts and Jags. What we had today, or what we had last week. We kind of predicted our games a little bit. I think I had the Jags winning this.
Yeah.
I think we both did, actually.
Yeah.
We expected Trevor Lawrence to kind of step his game up this year as he continues to kind of rise from last year, and he did that. He looks comfortable, 241 yards with 2 tutties. Still had that interception, but he's looking better, looking more comfortable. I like to see him kind of find his niche and get into his role a little bit more here.
I do too. I really do. Anybody that we kind of, was watching in college, we do like to see him do good, and yeah, he does look like he's progressing good. One thing that I don't think one thing is going to get swept under the rug and not talked about enough is Calvin Ridley's performance. That man really came involved, and I don't think a lot of people don't talk about that because we all know about his little situation last year. And I'm not gonna lie, I went over the bridge to put my bets up. He was the last person that I was expecting to come up here and perform like that. Calvin Ridley really did perform pretty good. Also, I do want to say that Anthony Richardson did not perform bad at all. 220 passing yards for your first game, and he also did get a touchdown in. It's pretty good. So we both had our doubts about Anthony Richardson, and I think this game shows that we definitely do got to give him a chance. What we got for the next game?
Next game, we're going to go Packers-Bears, just to talk about them a little bit because that is my squad, so I definitely wanted to touch on them. Show Jordan Love some love, baby. That man went crazy in his first, I guess, not his first start by any means, but his first real start of him being his team.
Yeah.
No one really knew what was going to happen, what was going to come this time around, and he went off for 245 yards and 3 tutties to go along with it. People were trying to take away his performance a little bit, saying he played against a rough Bears defense and secondary, but that's okay. That's a good stepping stone to kind of walk into the league a little bit and take this team as your own. So I really liked it. I really liked the way the defense played as well, holding Justin Fields to under 60 yards rushing, and keeping him under, I believe, 200 yards passing. So big day all around. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Good job, guys. Good job, Pack.
Yeah, we definitely needed to touch on that because, one, I was one of the few people that was not the biggest Jordan Love fan. And it's not nothing that he did or nothing like that. I just didn't see enough to really say, okay, this guy's going to come out and really perform well. Justin Fields, I'm a big Ohio State fan, so I was hoping that he was going to make the leap this year that we seen from Jalen Hurts his second year. But I don't think it's time that we give up on anybody just yet. But this game, if it's telling of what's going to be to come, Bears is probably going to be in for a rebuilding stage for a little bit longer than they thought they was. But Jordan Love definitely did come out and perform very well. We also had the thing that all his weapons that he's used to having, Aaron Rodgers up and took him with him to New York. Right. So, we thought that was going to be a problem too. But he was able to prevail with under circumstances that he was. And yes, this is his first time as he got the reins, and I think he did perform very well. No picks, he looked very comfortable.
Very clean. Justin Fields did have 216 yards passing, so I will say that. Very close to under 200 though, so good job defense. Next up, we're going to talk Browns-Bengals a little bit in a division matchup coming out of week 1. A lot of people wanted to watch and see what Deshaun Watson would do and how he would kind of be this year starting off. And this game was rough to watch for a while. It really was ugly. And the Bengals never could get anything off the ground and get anything going offensively. I wouldn't say the Browns defense was the whole entire reason for that, but I'm also not going to say that they didn't do their job and didn't do a good job. Deshaun Watson didn't do much, but he did enough to get the job done. 154 yards, 1 tutty, 1 interception. It's not much to talk about in this one. It was just really ugly, kind of one of those disappointing games that had a lot of hype but didn't really live up to it.
Yeah, and I think you see that in every division game. It's always gonna be a lot of hype with them. But yeah, I if you look on paper, it don't really look like Deshaun Watson did a lot. But when you watch the game, I see a quarterback that's really ready to get out there and do anything to win. He put his body out there on the line. He went out there and he ran a few in. And not a few touchdowns, but he ran a few first downs, and he didn't give up on a lot of plays. I think it was just very uncharacteristic of Joe Burrow. Like, that performance was not, what we was expecting. He's one of the, I'm a Ravens fan, and I can admit that Joe Burrow is probably top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now, and that performance was not good. He definitely looked like he could either still be hurt or he's not on the same page with his guys just yet. So, yeah, we definitely want to see how that comes along on Sunday next week. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game, but that was an ugly game.
Yeah. Next, we're going to talk about Steelers 49ers. I believe you had Mr. Pickett winning this game for him, didn't you? Or did you? I know you were high on Pickett to kind of come out and have a good game, though.
Nah, yeah, I definitely not even really a good game. I'm just expecting him to improve more this year. I'm expecting him to play better. I'm honest.
He didn't have a bad game.
Yeah, he did not have a bad game. He didn't have no time.
Yeah.
He did not have no
That
time,
defense,
dude.
that
San Francisco defense, they came out and they was really on his ass, bro.
Whoever got him for fantasy, your defensive team, man, good pick.
Man, I know you beat him. I know you beat him.
8, yes.
Man.
He had 232 yards passing, though. He still did his job. Like, for all that, like, the time that he didn't have, the fact that he goes for 232 yards and did throw a touchdown, it got overshadowed by just a good offensive game from the 49ers also. Christian McCaffrey had 152 yards and a touchdown from 22 carries.
And I think it's all, and that being said, I mean, that was definitely, it's going to be a slept-on performance because of how bad the game turned out. That was another ugly one. But we definitely got to give the flowers where it's due, man. San Francisco came out and they ate. Fred Warner, man, he looked like Ray Lewis out there, bro. He was fucking them up. Bro. But that offense is just nasty, man. Christian McCaffrey and Ayuk is touchdown machines, bro. If y'all got them two, yeah, you eating in fantasy too. It's always dangerous taking McCaffrey, though, because he's very injury prone. But the 49ers, skill positions, man, they have probably one of the top 5 skill position offenses in the league right now.
They're going to be scary continuing to move forward. If Christian McCaffrey stays healthy all year, that's a Super Bowl contender. That is, and I have no problem saying that.
And Purdy is fucking legit. Yeah. That's another one. I wasn't sure. I wasn't so. He's fucking legit. He's fucking legit.
He has a fire in him still, and I told you about it preseason. He's gonna continue to grow and be better, I think. Good game. One of the best games I think of the week was Dolphins Chargers. Finally a shootout offensively. Tua Tagovailoa with 466 yards. Stop playing with him, man.
Y'all really gotta stop.
466 yards with 3 touchdowns. Austin Eckler. He went off too, man.
My fantasy team, my boy, you came through. We still lost, but dude, you kept us in the game. But Austin Eckler went crazy, but he always does. Fantasy, he's a fantasy staple if you got an early pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this game is literally the tale of two quarterbacks on opposite ends of the league. You got one dude that everybody in the league is really high on with Justin Herbert. Everybody on his dick. It is crazy. Man, they is all on Justin Herbert dick. And I'm not even saying he's not worthy to be having all the praise that he do get, but man, the league is all on his dick, and they do not give Tua enough credit.
Folks they low on Tua, but they high on Justin Herbert. I don't understand it. I mean, Tua has been out with injuries too, and sometimes I guess you can question his health and what he's going to be like. But the skill is there, the mindset is there, the ability to control the offense and hold everything together. It's all there. All the intangibles you need are there.
Stop questioning this man's arm strength, man. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to about him, but whatever he's doing, it worked, and it's been working. And this is not his first time throwing for a crazy amount of passing yards in one game. He smoked us on the comeback last year, going crazy.
And that Tyreek Hill to a connection,
combo, oh my God.
that combination is crazy.
And then Jalen Waddle too. Oh my God,
You know?
that's a nice. They got a nice 1-2 going on there.
They
so
do.
yeah, Miami is definitely a nice team that's looking good this year. The East is going to be a hard division this year. AFC East is going to be hard.
And we're gonna go backtracking a little bit, touch on the first game of the season this year. The Lions and Chiefs. Got to just touch on it a little bit, talk about it a little bit. No one expected this game to really end the way it did, even with Travis Kelce being out, Jones being out. There were things that people tried to negate the win for the Lions, but the Lions are actually a contender this year for their division, for kind of a playoff run. So don't be sleep on them. Do not be low on them just because they won with players out on the Chiefs. They could beat them with those players there. Trust me.
Exactly. And we've been two of the biggest supporters for the Lions. We've been riding with them. Not dig riding, but
Yeah.
we've been riding with them.
Yeah.
So his team is in their division. So for us to be able to say that we fucking with them, they really is legit and they look good on paper. Man, and the Chiefs, they didn't look bad. They did not look bad in the positions that we expect them to look good in. But dude, Kadarius Toney looked terrible. That tackle on the side, jumping jumping early.
Yeah,
That was fucking crazy.
Then he was lined up off the line in the backfield a couple plays too, because he couldn't handle Aiden Hutchinson. Could not handle it.
That man
is a
dog.
beast. That man is a beast. He's coming into his own too now. Like they are getting so
Progressive.
good, and Dan Campbell is one of the best coaches in the NFL right now. Not because necessarily his knowledge over other coaches, but he can motivate grown men. And that is something that is hard to do. That's why so many college coaches come to the league and struggle, because they are motivators, but they're used to motivating 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. It's different motivating a 30, 28-year-old, 29-year-old man who feels like he's on the same level as you in all aspects of life.
Fuck around, earn more money than you.
It definitely gets more attention than
different.
you. It's definitely different. It's hard to do. So my hat goes off to Dan Campbell for turning around their season last year and still getting people to believe after being 0-5, 0-6, or whatever they were last year starting off. It was crazy. So if you're not awake on the Lions yet, please wake up. They will have a good year. Get on their bandwagon a little bit, throw some money around for them.
Stop playing with Jared Goff, bro. This man led the team to the Super Bowl. He's not ass. It's almost like they did the exact same thing with my boy Matt Stafford before they sent him out of there. These is two quarterbacks that is not ass. They slept on, and we need to give them more credit. We're not saying that they elite, but they are better than they given credit for. Mm-hmm. And if nobody was happier about this L than Chris Jones. Soon as that L came, cashed them out.
Pay me.
Cashed them.
Pay me.
They cashed them
That's
out.
what you got to do.
Yep. So, I mean, we definitely can probably expect to see a different Chiefs team next week. They got Kelce look like he coming back. We know Chris Jones is coming back. I don't think their defense performed bad. And this is surprising coming from the Chiefs. They came up and hit in the run. I mean, they still look decent. So,
right. I mean,
they're not too far away.
One of the 3 touchdowns that the Lions had was a pick 6. So it's like, it's a good defensive game from them too. So, all around it was a decent game.
That was a good way to start it off.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
And my takeaway is just don't sleep on the Lions. Chiefs are going to be good. They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
People are overreacting, thinking the end of the world, because Kansas City fans, quite honestly, have been a little spoiled the past few years. Okay, y'all have been blessed with an amazing offensive coordinators, all that. Y'all have been blessed.
Head coach.
Y'all have been
All
blessed.
that.
So, but don't worry. Y'all are good. Y'all still make the playoffs and make a run. So don't worry.
Relax.
Getting into week two, we got a game that just happened recently, Thursday Night Football on freaking Amazon again. It's pissing me off. But the Eagles come out and start off 2-0, get a quick dub against the Vikings. What are your thoughts initially?
It was interesting because we seen that in the beginning of the season they was toying with the idea of not allowing the RPO thing to be in play, and we all know that was going to the teams that was gonna take a direct hit from that was gonna be the Ravens and the Eagles. That's literally most of their offense. And then they also toyed around with taking away the quarterback push on fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
We know if you see the Eagles get in that fucking mode on fourth down, it's going every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said it on Thursday night. They might have failed on the quarterback push play on fourth down maybe one time since Jalen Hurts took over. So that's crazy efficiency.
Right. That's
so,
that's a crazy stat in itself, right there.
So yeah, they definitely came out and they played very well, very sound. Devontae Smith, man, fantasy team taking off. I'm telling y'all, bro, Devontae Smith played really good. It was interesting that we seen the change of pace for them though. That was what was really interesting. Was able to see that they can do whatever the fuck they want to. How the fuck do y'all sit there and let them run the ball 3 times in a row that many fucking times? That's fucking crazy. They just handed them off. Swift fucking them up. Hurts fucking them up. Bro, like, it's just like, at what point was Minnesota ever gonna put their foot down and really get in the dirt and really try to fight with them up front? It wasn't happening.
Reference to Swift, he had 26 carries for 175 yards and a tutty. Can't happen.
Fucking them up, bro.
Can't allow that to happen and expect to win football games. On the flip side of that, Kirk Cousins is not no bitch.
Stop
playing with Kirk Cousins, bro. Stop playing with him.
Stop disrespecting him, bro.
Stop playing with him. Whoever I need to talk to, all these sports conglomerates, y'all don't want to give him no press. Start giving him press. That man is a player.
Stop, bro. Kirk Cousins is really a good quarterback, and he's been a good quarterback. If anything, you can say anything you want, but he's probably been one of the most consistent guys in the league. Okay, so stop, bro.
Yeah,
please stop.
You picked him up on your fantasy team. He got you some good points, good numbers on Thursday. 364 yards on 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
We already know the GOAT is gonna come out and perform. Justin Jefferson, he went crazy. He probably cost y'all the game though. That fumble with that touchback, that was crazy. I was very disappointed because he has probably the most dependable hands in the game, and to see him fumble that ball right there, like right there, the ball just came out. That was the hopes for the whole game was over with that one play. So. The game was actually a pretty interesting game up until that point. After that fumble came out, we knew it was over with. But it was a decent game. If you watched, you was definitely entertained. But
for sure,
I don't think the Vikings should be too worried. Who did they play week 1 and lost to?
Can't even remember right now.
I don't remember, but
I got week 1 pulled up. Though.
I definitely know that this was a good team. We know that the Eagles just was the runner-ups for the Super Bowl. So losing against them, I don't think there's nothing to worry about. They just had such a great start last year. It's gonna really look bad in comparison, but I don't think they too far off from getting a win. But yeah, so yeah, that's why we really wanted to touch on the game that they played last week because now they 0-2. But yeah, I don't think they too far off. So I don't think they really had that much to worry about either. They gonna get it together.
Yeah. Oh, they played the Bucks last week. Sorry, lost to Baker Mayfield.
That was never mind then. Baker Mayfield, and I think that's another thing. Baker Mayfield really just gave the effort that he just wanted to win.
Yeah.
He didn't really give a fuck how it looked on paper, and I think that's what more quarterbacks that don't exactly have the most talent need to go out there and do. Go out there and win the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on him more when we get into their game against the Bucks. I want to talk first about just go down the list of games. We got Packers and Falcons to start off. Packers will be in Atlanta for that game. They said Desmond Ridder in his first 5 starts has not thrown a pick, so that's an interesting stat to keep an eye on. See if we can maybe disrupt that a little bit. I'm interested to see this game. I want to see Jordan Love continue to grow. This is another opportunity to do that against a team that's kind of trying to make their own identity and find out who they are. So kind of throw a wrench in their plans a little bit by going out and having another good game. Can he just keep all the noise out and stop the run game against Atlanta. They had the best designed run, most designed run yardage in week 1 out of the league. So it's important for Devondre Campbell and Quay Walker. They need to have good games in that inside the box in that front 7. They need to just play well, continue to have a good push, and not let them run all over us this week, because they do have a good run game. So that's the key to win against them.
I think, and you can tell that they have a good run game just from Desmond Ritter's performance. Anybody that's sitting there 15 to 18 and that's it,
Yeah.
you have to be running the ball very efficiently. Like, that was 83, completing 83% of your passes is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a touchdown, no pick. I'll take that any day. I got a dub. So, but it don't tell us a lot about his performance. I mean, not his performance, about him as a player. So I think this game is probably gonna reveal a little more, because y'all got a lockdown corner over there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take away his number 1 option, whether it be Drake London or Kyle Pitts. We gonna see. So I think the Pack gonna get this one done, because I think once they take away that option, I think it's gonna be once they take away that number 1 option, I think it's gonna be hard for them to perform, because we know that the run's coming at that point. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. So you got Packers. I do too.
I'll take the Packers.
I
Yeah.
got the Packers as well. Next up, Raiders facing the Bills. Bills got a home opener this week. 4 turnovers for Josh Allen. That's my biggest takeaway from last week. We'll see if he can kind of turn that around. I think against this Raiders defense, he has that opportunity to do that. They played well last week too, but against a strugglesome, Denver Broncos offense. So this would be a challenge for both sides to kind of, I guess, solidify themselves of what they want to do this year. Week 2 for me is really important for teams to kind of really start to gel or start to realize that there's a lot of things we got to fix and really quickly. And this is a big game for both teams to do that. The Bills, just abysmal way to end the game last week against the Jets. And Josh Allen just needs to perform better. They should have won after Aaron Rodgers went out. There should have been no reason for them to not win that game. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with that sentiment. Josh Allen, he's got to play better, but based on how bad they play, it's not gonna be hard. It's not gonna be hard to play better than that piece of shit he threw up. I mean, just being honest, dude.
Bruh.
Throwing 3 picks, anybody can go out there and just do that shit, man. But we all know Josh Allen got an arm, bro. And we know when him and Stephon Diggs is on the same page, dude, it can get crazy. They can put up a lot of points, a lot of yards. So I am expecting a big difference. That game, I think that this game with the Jets was really, if anything, more so for the Jets. This is going to be a big confidence booster for Zach Wilson, who I also don't think he's a terrible young quarterback. I think that he is going to perform a little bit better this year. But their defense is nice. The Jets' defense is nice. They have some really nice pieces. So them being held to the points that they was held to, I'm expecting it to be different. So, and they are playing the Raiders, right?
yeah, I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm gonna go
on this
Bills.
one.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Got to, I think.
It's gonna be a good game.
Jimmy G gonna, I think, have a good game himself too. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see. Next up, the Bengals with another division matchup in week 2. They'll take on your mighty Ravens. What's your thoughts going into this one?
I think they need to be fucking scared. They need to be shaking in their fucking boots, because y'all know coming back next week. The GOAT, Mark Andrews, is coming back next week. And, dude, when Mark Andrews is out there, it's very similar to what Travis Kelce does for the Chiefs. I think our saving grace was that the team that we played last week was not that good. If we played against a good team last week, that could have went very much different. But having your number 1 guy out there is not only is that going to give him that extra target, it's going to open up more. It's going to open up more for other guys. So we're going to need that because of J.K. Dobbins being injured. I really did like him, but he's always struggling with some injuries. But I think we do got the running back group to where we can negate that. So
Do you have them winning?
versus the Bengals, yeah,
You do.
yep.
I'm gonna go Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals because here's why. First of all, Lamar did not play well last week. He struggled on throwing the ball and really kind of their offensive gel just was really, really well off. So I do look for them to be better, but I look for them to still have problems on the road. They're without their left tackle and their center. And like you said, Mark Andrews, so they're missing guys. They're missing key players. And can Zay Flowers be that guy that he was last week for Lamar in the times that he was? They had the best connection out of the receiver group last week. The only way they win is he has a big game, but I don't see it happening, so I pick Bengals to win.
Ravens, if you all are listening, please let Ronnie Stanley go. I don't even know how you say his name. Let that left tackle go. He has not played a full season since we got at this dude. He's injured every year. In fact, we've had to invest money into a backup left tackle every year because we know it's coming. It should not be coming this gee whiz, that is gonna be a pause, but it shouldn't be coming this fast. It should not be
clipping that. That's on our reels for sure.
It shouldn't be coming this fast. Okay? This is week 1, dude. Stop being soft. I'm tired of you, bro. Dude, please get him out of there.
You the main guy on offensive line. Like you can't be always getting hurt, bro. But yeah,
every year with this.
That's a liability. So I have that being a big key factor for y'all this week. Not a bad team by any means, but y'all got some things to clean up. And this week with the key guys out,
as opposed to the Bengals.
Bengals gonna be all right.
You could tell he just hated from that response because they didn't play good last week.
They didn't,
either, bro.
You're right.
And they didn't miss nobody. So at least we
right. They gonna get it together.
We gonna see.
Next we got the Lions hosting the Seahawks this week for their home opener. This is gonna be a closer game than I feel like people think. Let's see. Right now, Detroit is a 4.5 point favorite. I see it being a field goal game, but Geno Smith's got to play well, and they got to protect him. They got to give him time. If he has time, he's going to make this a close game for sure. But Aiden Hutchinson is a problem, so we'll see. But I got Lions in this one still. Jared Goff, not a player to mess around with. He's going to have a breakout, like a real deal season this year. So I got the Lions.
I got the Lions too. They do not fare well against a top 10 pass rusher. So we seen what happened last week with Aaron Donald. He was disrupting everything. So yeah, I just don't see it happening with Geno's time being there. And we got to pay attention to that situation too. We know this is like Geno's like 4th or 5th chance as a starting quarterback. So he's got to turn it around if he wants to continue to have a job this year.
Yeah. So
I hope that he does. So but I am going with the
the Lions.
Those guys. All right, next one.
If Geno Smith doesn't have a year, the Seahawks are in for a rough season because who do they got behind him? Drew
Lock.
Yeah.
Drew Lock.
Mizzou legend, you know what I'm saying? But hey, not a good NFL quarterback.
Mizzou legend, but not a good NFL quarterback. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Next we got Chargers Titans in Nashville. I look for the Chargers to get a dub this week. The secondary for the Titans are a little banged up, and you just can't rely on your running back to be your only offensive threat all the time. It's just not sustainable for me. I don't like the Titans with
especially against that front seven.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Their running back is gonna have a good game. Well, I'm tripping off what his name is. Derrick Henry. Thank you. But he's gonna have a great game. Don't worry about it. But it can't only be him, and it's only him. It's all they got. So I look for Keenan Allen and Mike Williams to have a good game against that secondary. So.
You know, I'm going with the Chargers for those reasons too. I do think that just, I don't know. I'm expecting a big game from Justin Herbert this week. I'm thinking 400 yards.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that the Chargers pull this one out.
Yeah. Next we got the Buccaneers hosting the Bears. They're only a 2.5 point favorite. I feel like it's a little disrespectful to the Bucs, man. They have
what the fuck?
They have a good game. They have a good game against the fucking Vikings. They're playing a Bears who has a shit defense. Why are they only a 2.5 point favorite? You know Baker Mayfield's gonna go in there and play his ass off again.
We don't know. We never.
He's gonna play with a fire. It's his make or break year. This is his only chance that he has left to become a starter. He's going to go balls to the wall. This game, I look for them to win by 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, a 10-point win. Buccaneers.
Fuck it. Let's go Bears. Fuck it. And it's funny because I do really like Baker Mayfield, and I do hope he have a good year. But, dude, he's very inconsistent. He has been since he's been in the league, and I think that's been his biggest issue. So we don't know what the hell we're gonna get. So
see Justin Fields.
I just want I just want Justin Fields to perform better. So I'm just really hoping that this is the week he just fucking just go for 150 on the ground on their ass, and then 200 passing. So
the reason Justin Fields struggles to have that game on the ground is he's always looking to run.
Yeah,
he's always looking to run. He needs to calm down, take it when he can get it, not always just. Fuck. Pause.
Exactly.
There we go.
All
Write
right.
that there.
Yeah. No.
Taking notes of that pause. But he needs to take the run when he can get it because he's constantly just looking to be out of the pocket, and that's not successful or sustainable. You see that week 1, and you've seen that last year. Take the run when you can get it. But it's gonna be a good game. I still think that 2.5-point favorite is a little disrespectful.
It's always funny when we know it's gonna be a good game between 2 shitty teams. So we're gonna see what happens. But if they do win, I'm not gonna be surprised. But I'm gonna rock with the Birds just for the hell of it.
We got next up the Chiefs taking on the Jaguars.
Gonna be a good game.
Travis Kelce is back. I think the Chiefs got this one. I think it's gonna be a good game, though. I do agree. I see Trevor Lawrence having another good game. The only way that I think they win is if he honestly takes care of the football. Can't turn it over against the Chiefs. They will take advantage. They're probably the best team in the NFL at taking advantage of your mistakes. So limit those mistakes as much as possible. Trevor Lawrence, be comfortable. When you're not comfortable, get rid of the football. Throw it out of bounds. Stop fucking trying to be. You're not at Clemson no more. Playing against Samford in week 10. Stop playing. You're not going to go for 500 yards passing and 300 yards rushing for 8 touchdowns. It's not going to happen. Just calm down. Throw the football to whoever's open. If no one's open, throw it out of bounds. That's what I need you to do. But you are going to turn the ball over, I think, once in this game. And I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs gonna win too. But I think it's gonna be a good game. One, it's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff to watch. One, I think history has shown us no matter how healthy or how unhealthy Travis or Patrick Mahomes is, if they are healthy enough to even get up to walk and they playing in the game, they are probably going to have a good game. Travis has had a 2-touchdown performance while he had fucking injury. So we've seen him do it, and I think they're going to do it again. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if Calvin Ridley can have the performance that he had again last week. That's going to be the most interesting thing to see. He really went off. I'm expecting him and Travis to be able to connect on a few good passes and try to really develop that connection. It's for them to have a really good season this year. So it's going to be interesting, but I do think that the Chiefs get this dub.
All right, next we got the Colts and the Texans. Let's see what they're favored by. I think the Colts are favored by this one. I expect, honestly, I think the Texans are going to get a dub this year.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think the Texans get their dub. They're in Houston. C.J. Stroud didn't play horribly against y'all.
He threw the ball hella time. Bro, I had this conversation with a Houston fan during the game, and he's just like, why my rookie quarterback outperforming y'all MVP quarterback? I'm like, bro, one, stop. You don't know shit about football. If you do, we wouldn't need to have this conversation. Look at the quarterback rating for the game, bro. Your fucking quarterback threw the ball 40 fucking times, bro. Of course he completed more passes. I mean, god damn. But C.J. Stroud, Ohio State alumni, I'm rooting for him. So I do hope that he come out and perform well. They at home. I think they get a dub.
Yeah, they're actually our favorite by 1. I think it is going to be that kind of game, a real close game. Two rookie quarterbacks. I think C.J. Stroud needs to run a little more. He has legs. He has that ability. And you got to kind of turn it loose. This is the opportunity to do that against this kind of team. Get comfortable. You are in the league now. It's a new feeling. The game is faster. get comfortable in this game. This is an important time to do it. Anthony Richardson tried to run a little bit last week. He had averaged 4 yards per carry, 10 carries for 40 yards, but he did have a touchdown to go with it. So I think it's going to be a good battle, but I think C.J. Stroud inches out a win this one.
I hope you do.
Next up, good little division matchup, Rams and 49ers. Nice little rivalry.
Woo!
Love to see it early on in the season. It's in LA, so it should be a good one.
What's the over under?
Over under 45. 45.
Nigga, what?
45 over under.
Oh, did I say that wrong? What's
You meant like
the
who favored?
Yeah,
49ers. 49ers 7-point favorite.
Yeah, I had a feeling they was gonna say something crazy like that. I think that it probably will be along the lines. The 49ers, they look really fucking good.
It's gonna depend on their defense. If their defense come to play, they win the game. If they play like last week, they win the game.
Yeah,
they play last week.
They win like last week. They defense play like last week. They fuck around, blow their ass out the water.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
Yeah, they was hitting on every single way last week. So I'm expecting them to play very good too. I don't know if Christian McCaffrey has just as good a game that he had last week, but I do expect him to have a good game.
I think he has just as many carries, around over 20, 25 carries.
Yeah.
I imagine that. Matthew Stafford, he didn't have a touchdown last week. He had 334 yards without a touchdown. And a 30-point, you guys put up 30 points. So it's kind of crazy to think about, but I think he throws for 2 touchdowns.
He gonna have to throw that bitch this game.
I think they can win the game if they hold on to the football. I'm gonna go 49ers because I see that defense coming in clutch in that game at some point.
Yeah, I see a defensive tutty on the way. I do see them definitely getting a dub this week.
Yep, 49ers winning that one. Next up, the Giants going to Arizona. Man, was I wrong about the Giants already this year. They are not the team that I thought they were going to be. That was an atrocity what I saw against the fucking Dallas Cowboys. Disgusting.
Filthy.
From offense, defense, and special teams. Like, how are you allowing people to just rush on field goals and block your kicks? Like,
and then
these the guys, the special teams are the guys that just barely making the roster.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers need that shit.
Yeah. Versus the Cowboys, nevertheless. Like, that's
at home.
It was so much bad.
Embarrassing. It's for me to go out on a limb and say Daniel Jones will have a decent game is crazy. Fucking never again will I say that.
And I didn't say that Daniel Jones was going to have a good game, but I definitely said that this was going to be one of his deciding year to see if he's really like that or not. His legs is surprisingly scary. He still was getting active on the ground. Yeah. But, yeah.
I see the Cardinals reaching out a close win in this one.
Is Kyler Murray playing?
Didn't play last week.
If Kyler Murray is playing, I could see Arizona winning. If Kyler Murray doesn't play,
right now I think they got Josh Dobbs playing.
I think if Josh Dobbs is playing,
I think that's the level Daniel Jones is at. I really think we need to get off the Daniel Jones dick riding train.
Damn, bro. What, bro? Okay, now I think that might be a little premature, bro. Because what he did last year was not nothing to just sleep on, bro. He basically flipped the whole franchise, bro, and nobody was rooting for that man, bro.
Oh man,
Dable came in and did some good stuff too, but I don't think we should just yet hop off the Daniel Jones train, bro. I think that we still should. I think we should give him another chance, bro. It's week 1, bro. So.
We got 2 Monday night games this week. Let me not get ahead of myself, but I just was looking down.
I just got excited.
That's a good day. I'm gonna be chilling on Monday.
Yeah, I'm big chilling.
Big chilling.
Yeah, Giants. I think the Giants get the.
You got the Giants on that. I got Cardinals on that one. Next up, the Jets with Mr. Zach Wilson will go down to Dallas, and they'll take on the Cowboys. Dallas is an 8.5-point favorite. I see them covering. Not only covering, but winning. I see them doing all of that. They look good offensively. They look good defensively last week. I don't see them falling off against the Jets this week.
I have Dak Prescott and I have Lamar as my quarterbacks for
your fantasy.
And yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that Lamar is going to outperform Dak this week. I don't see him. I don't see Dak coming out and having that great performance this week. I do see I do see them still winning, just because they don't have Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, I think this is a dogfight. I think this is gonna be a dogfight, and I don't think. I think it's gonna be a dogfight game. Probably pretty low scoring. By low scoring, probably 28 is the max I can see getting scored for the winner.
Yeah. The over-under is 38.5. I low-key see that being on the underside of that one, to be honest with you. Getting into the last couple games of Sunday, got the Washington Commanders visiting Denver and taking on the Broncos. We didn't talk about this a lot. No, I feel like everybody kind of swept last week under the rug for the Commanders, but Sam Howell did pretty good in his debut, 202 yards.
I did predict that.
A touchdown and an interception. Okay, Mr. Wendell here predicted that.
Mr. Wendell got it right. Yeah.
But yeah, he did well last week. Does he do well in Denver this week? I don't know. I see him doing okay. I see the Broncos winning though. I do see them winning.
I say, why the hell not? Sam Howell for 2.
Sam Howell for 2-0.
2 dubs.
Okay.
Let's go, baby.
It might be me just rooting for
Russell
Wilson.
I want
just
him to
be
perform
better.
well,
I want you to be better, bro.
Yeah, if you get this dub, I'm gonna be happy for you. But I do think that Sam.
I saw something the other day that said Travis Hunter already did more for the state of Colorado than Russell Wilson, bro.
God.
And that broke my heart, bro. Russell Wilson got to respond, bro, this week. So hopefully they get the dub. Hopefully he does well.
It's the fact that they said Travis Hunter. They didn't even say Shador. That's crazy. They didn't say Dion. That is crazy. They went to like the 4th tier of the best thing in Colorado right now. And
Right.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But,
that's what I'm saying though. That's how they
Yeah.
like really not fucking with dude, right?
Travis Hunter is that dude though. For sure.
He is Heisman guy right
Heisman
there.
candidate.
Last game on Sunday on NBC, Dolphins taking on the Patriots. Miami is favored by 2.5. Why not? They should win this game.
Yeah.
They should not have problems with it. They should go out and win this game.
Yep, Dolphins. I see them getting a dub. Division game. This is definitely. I definitely think it's gonna have some implications on playoff seeding.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's early, but these games do matter. Every division game matters. So yeah, I do see this game probably being a good one. But I do see that Tua comes out here and performs very well.
Yeah. No qualms there. No qualms there at all. First game on Monday night. The Panthers host the Saints. Bryce Young's first home opener for the regular season. How do you feel about him after last week?
I don't think last week really showed enough. I want to see Bryce Young play in person. I definitely want to see him play because what was his numbers looking like last week? I just think that the L is what's going to overshadow it. But what are his actual numbers?
Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I don't got his. Here we go. He got 146 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Where is his actual he had 20 completions on 38 attempts, so 52% for 146 yards.
And
His longest was 14.
In the L.
Yeah.
So
You gotta settle in.
Yeah, I think Bryce Young get his flow together and all of that. I think he's not going. I think that they can get around 500, possibly, depending on how tough their schedule is. I'm not looking at that right now, but just based on Bryce's talent, I think that they can turn around. But
They don't do it this week.
I don't think they do it this week.
They don't do it this week.
I
Derek
think the
Carr.
Saints get it.
Derek Carr had a decent week last week, 305 yards for a touchdown and a pick. I'm not high on him though. Neither of us are. We don't like Derek Carr that much. I think he's very
Dick
much
riding.
overrated.
Y'all stop dick riding him. Get off
Please
his
though,
dick,
for real
bro.
though, please. It'd be nice. But I see him doing okay. I see the Saints getting a win. No problem there.
Saints win last week.
They did.
Okay.
They did.
All right.
We got the 1-0 Browns visiting the Steelers to cap off the week. I feel like this is going to be a lot better game than I think people are giving it credit for, or kind of talking about it at least. I think Kenny Pickett goes off again, has himself a game. If they can protect him, they can win this game. I don't see that being a problem, but, the Browns defense did pretty well last week, so. See what they do.
Myles Garrett, that man is a fucking animal. He gonna be on his ass. I see Myles Garrett get about 2 of them this week.
I also see Nick Chubb running all over him too, I think.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to the Steelers' run defense this week because that was fucking terrible.
Yeah, they let Christian McCaffrey carve him up last week, and Nick Chubb is on that same level of Christian McCaffrey as far as athleticism and speed. So I feel like they'll have problems again. And I feel like Deshaun Watson has a better game than he does last week. I don't see him turning the ball over at all this week. So.
Yeah, better game passing for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Yeah.
But I think that the Steelers are gonna start piecing stuff together. We're probably gonna see a few good runs, a few nice little comebacks, and before it wraps up and we see the Browns take over. But I think that we see the Steelers play better this week.
Sure.
It won't take much once again. So I think the Browns do get the dub though.
For sure. All right, y'all. That kind of wraps up this week's slate of predictions and talk. Join us along the ride, along while watching the games. You can play along with us. We'll be posting our picks and our predictions on our story on Instagram, as well as our page. So keep a lookout for that and keep an eye out.
We definitely gonna be posting this. Hopefully we get this out before this weekend, before the games tomorrow. We also want to try a new thing next week where we try to get a few clips of some of the worst calls because man, the reffing is just getting worse and worse. So we definitely gotta get some of those aired out this week. So be on the lookout for us. We should be posting here soon. Thank y'all for fucking with us again. Keep on tuning in. We got more stuff coming for y'all.
Peace.
See y'all later.